Start, ma'am. Let's start the session. We are go to go live.
I guess we are good to go. We should start the event now. So, Adil, what's the update? Okay. Are we live or we are going to live?
This is session, please.
Okay, Adil. So, a very warm good evening to everyone. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to our guest and audience on behalf of Riva Engineering College. Since 1964, our institution has stood as a pillar of academic excellence, nurturing talent through both undergraduate and postgraduate program. The Alumni Circle Hirak Jayanti Lecture Series is a collaborative initiative by our training and placement cell with RECpedia. This series aims to empower student and the faculty member alike through engaging lectures. It provides a platform for innovation and mentorship within our campus. Today, we are privileged to Manish Srivastav, sir, which is our college alumni, pass out in 1992. Currently, the founder and CEO of Ecom. I'm sorry to read the Ecom World in the chief speaker of the talk. Let us reflect the word of Steve Jobs, who famously said that your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way is truly satisfied to do what you want to do in your life. Entrepreneurship is such a thing. Entrepreneurship is not only about the innovation, it's about what kind of life you want to acquire in your life. So now I would like to call Neharika for welcoming our guest. Thank you so much.
I'm audible, Priyanshu?
Yes, you are.
Okay. A very warm good evening to everyone. First, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guest speaker, Shri Srivastava, sir, founder and CEO of Ecomworld. A big thanks to you, sir, for taking the time to be with us today. Now, let's know about sir's journey. Manish sir started his entrepreneurial journey after leaving IES, and currently he is the founder and CEO of Ecomworld, a company helping customers like NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, Aditya Birla Group, Indian Railways and Government of India with cutting-edge solutions in cloud, mobile, analytics and artificial intelligence. Beyond Ecom World, Sir actively supports the tech startup by serving on the boards of multiple startups in India and US, both as investors and advisor. So without further delay, let welcome to Sir as he takes us through his presentation on technology trends and startup opportunity.
Thank you so much. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So, will your team be sharing the presentation?
Shanawaz, please share the presentation.
So, very warm, evening to everyone, and it feels, absolutely amazing to be back, even if it is virtually, and to connect with a new generation of bright engineers of GEC Riva. We still call it GEC Riva, not REC Riva. So, being, a former student and founder and CEO of Ecomworld, I think it's our duty. I mean, it's my duty to, share my journey, share some thoughts, and then if that can help you in any way in your career, I think this is something which will make me very happy. So I'm not going to have a very long presentation. So I'll basically talk a little bit about what I'm doing, not to boast about myself, but I want that you should know what I do and where I can help to you. So that will help you, come to me with the right kind of expectations. So I'll tell you about what I exactly do in terms of helping startups and in terms of the work that we do. So you can, ask me for any help in that area. After that, I'll be telling about some key trends, some 3, 4 key trends which are going to be very, very, useful for you. And I'm very sure that you all are aware of those trends and how these trends map to different branches of engineering, the branches that we have in RIVA. I think civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, and computer science. So how these innovation or these new developments map to different engineering branches. Then I'll talk a little bit about startups. How can you convert your, these technology trends? You can leverage them to solve some problems and build a startup of your own. Where to look for information, where to look for resources, where to look for help. So this is all that I have in my agenda. I'll be brief and I will be more interested to, talk to you and answer your questions. Okay. So we are like, we passed out in 1992, a little over 30 years ago. And the coolest piece of personal technology that we could have at that time was a floppy disk. It was an era before internet, before mobile phones came. So floppy disk was something to be flaunted about. So that was the time. And the idea of a self-driven car or a robot performing a plastic surgery or a surgery was like a science fiction at that time. Yet here we are. These things are very much, out there. So technology isn't just changing our lives today, but it is like reshaping every industry. So even if you are a civil engineer, you need to use technology. So technology is something which is like a glue which is connecting every branch, every walk of life, every industry, our day-to-day life, homes, everywhere. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. So we'll delve into the technology megatrends which are driving this change, the opportunities that they bring to the table to engineers like you, and how can you even start building your own tech-driven business right there in RIVA. Okay, so that's what I want to share about. So can we move to the next slide? Next one. So two things already known. In addition to being from GEC RIVA, a few more facts I wanted to share. First, let me tell you a bit about my company, what we do. We started this company in 2012, a bit over 11 years. And we do work for mostly large corporations in energy, metals, mining, government sector. And we help them build technologies around, solutions around, cloud, analytics, artificial intelligence, drone, etc. So to give you an example, we have created a solution for NTPC wherein they can monitor the performance, all the operational and commercial performance parameter of entire group of, maybe 50 plus stations on a single mobile app. Now we are adding a generative AI layer on top of that solution. So that is the kind of work we do. We help companies unlock the data, get practical insights from the data. We help them automate work, become more efficient, and technology is a kind of, enabler for doing that. So basically, we come to the companies, we go to our customers, we tell them that we will solve, we understand their problems, we propose them to solve their problem with the help of technology. So that is what we do. We have worked on a lot of interesting projects, and we have recently built a service which is helping build solutions on AI. For our primary clientele is in India, but we have a client base overseas also. US and Singapore are two geographies where we are targeting. So that's what we do. We are very technology agnostic, so we work on open source technologies, proprietary technologies like Microsoft. We work on native apps or cross-platform apps. We in the space of AI, we work on commercial models, as well as we work with open source LLMs. So we are pretty much technology agnostic, and whatever is latest, hottest in the market, we try to adopt that and build solutions around that. So that is what we do. Now, helping startups or being active in the startup ecosystem is one more thing that I do. So I'm part of some communities like Network, eChai Network, and IP Ventures. What these do, Head Start Network is basically a startup enabler, India's largest, you can say, community wherein they help promote startups. How they help promote startups? By conducting various events wherein they will bring experienced founders to mentor young startups. They will bring expertise, they will bring investors, they will have pitches and all that. Same is eChai. So Head Start Network started from Bangalore and eChai started from IIM Ahmedabad. So I'm a regular speaker on the events of Head Start as well as eChai. IP associated with IP Ventures, and I do a little bit of small ticket startup investment through IP Ventures. But in addition to that, I have made significant investment, or I'm part of certain startups. So 3 companies recently have invested in is Learnet.ai, is a professional learning network, a kind of social media plus learning kind of a company based out of New York. Neurologics is a company which is into providing AI services to US market. And Portate.io is an Indian company, Indian startup, which is trying to disrupt the construction material industry supply chain. So in, when a large construction project has to be undertaken, then a lot of material is low value material, like stones and all. So there is no, technology enablement for that. For high value material like e-commerce material, you have a lot of technology in place. The entire logistics is trackable. But for construction material like earth or stones, it is still done in a very traditional old ways. So this company is trying to build a marketplace wherein they will connect the transporters, suppliers, and the final end users, companies like Tata Projects or L&T or NTPC, who basically require that material. So very interesting project. So I do a little bit of investment, I do a little bit of advising to startups, and I really enjoy this, And as part of IP Ventures, I get to hear a lot of startup pitches. So every week they have around 3-4 pitches. Normally I don't get time to attend all, but I try to attend at least one new pitch from my startup every week. So that is what I wanted to tell, because in case if anyone of you have startup ambitions, you want to be an entrepreneur, then you can certainly connect with me for any advice or any help. So let's move on. Enough about me. So these are the things which I'll be covering shortly. Let's move on to the next slide. Discuss about what are the key trends. The 4 key trends we'll discuss. Let's move to the next slide. So this slide is very interesting. You can see a very, fast moving or exponentially rising graph. It represents Moore's law. I'm sure all of you must have heard about Moore's law, right? So Moore's law was, I think, of